back to my channel. I'm Leeor Alexandra. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you smash that subscribe button right now if you want to become a part of the most well-rounded community on YouTube, if I do say so myself. Before I start, I want to tell you guys from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate your comments on my previous video, my video on awakening, my consciousness shift. That was a really difficult video to shoot and to post, and I almost didn't post it, but I decided to go ahead and do it because I was hoping that it might be helpful or give some hope to somebody else that went through the same or a similar kind of experience that I did. And now reading your comments, seeing your stories, it shows me that I really did make the right decision, because I was able to give a platform for all of you guys to express your awakening and the things that you experience, and to kind of, if you haven't experienced anything like that, know what to look out for and know what to expect. So I'm really happy that we did that. I feel really blessed to have this platform where all these remarkable people can meet each other, where I can meet you guys, where I can get to know about you guys. Buddha, are you paying attention? Pay attention, this is an important video, okay? I just really love this community. Thank you. As always, I say this all the time. I don't want to take up too much time, but thank you. I'm so grateful for you. I did realize through some of your comments in my last video that I missed a major component of the story. And the reason why I missed it is because I forgot it. Having forgotten that part of the story, which was the lesson, the ultimate takeaway that I actually got from this experience 2 years ago, is a huge comment on the human condition. You'll understand what I mean when I do this second video, but I did decide to do a part 2 so that I can explain to you what I ultimately really learned from this consciousness shift. And it's something that I'd forgotten, and I want to let you guys know why it's so important that I forgot it and why it's so crucial to remember it. Moving on, I want to start this video by letting you all know, if you don't know already, that all this month we're raising money for the elephant sanctuary in Tennessee. I have set a pretty modest goal, but if we were to surpass it, I would be so proud of us. The money that we raise and donate to this foundation will go towards whole elephant care. This foundation, the sanctuary, has created 3 different diverse habitats for the types of elephants that they care for. Each of these elephants has had a really rough life. They all come from similar places, from circus, entertainment. One of the elephants was stuck in between 2 trees for like 3 days after a natural disaster. Their stories are heartbreaking, and we can help them. The reason why I love this sanctuary so much is because these elephants get to be pretty much autonomous. They can decide whether they feel like participating in the activities and the research or not. You guys, elephants are keystone species. Keystone species are ones that really uphold their entire ecosystem. If they were to disappear because of removal or extinction, then the whole ecosystem would be upheaved drastically, and all the other species in that ecosystem would have a much harder time surviving, if they could even survive at all. Because of this, I want to find a way for our community, who has adopted the elephant as our symbol, to help at least once a year, to just get together and raise whatever money we can do whatever we can for these remarkable creatures. So this year I'm confident that donating this money to the elephant sanctuary is a good step in the right direction, and we will be really helping out the world this way. Secondly, I wanted to give you guys an update on Gorete today. If you are not aware, we did the group manifestation, the masterminding video for her a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and I wasn't able to get in touch with her today. She has updated me in the past few weeks, and it looks like things are going really well. They are making steps towards getting back together, and things are looking good for her. I'm going to try to get her on the next video, on next Monday's video, so stay tuned for that update. So now that that's all out of the way, let's get right into Manifestation Monday. Today I have a couple stories for you. One is my friend Jacob's story, and one is mine, which is actually an older story that I don't think I've shared with you guys yet. Jacob is one of my good friends. He's like the male version of me. We get along really well. We hung out yesterday and we got to talking about the law of attraction and about work. And what Jacob does is he sells insurance, so he's on the phone all day long. So Jacob was saying how he totally believes in the law of attraction and how he utilizes it in his day-to-day life. And he says that it's really important to him because he's noticed that when he does use the law of attraction, when he is using these principles, it will determine whether he has a successful week or a bad one. So there's a few techniques that Jacob uses that has made him extremely successful. For one, he is extremely positive. While some people hate Mondays, hate going to school, hate going to work on Mondays, Jacob has trained himself to talk and to think about Mondays like a little kid talks and thinks about Disneyland. He has such a positive outlook when it comes to his work that it's nearly impossible for him to fail. Jacob realized that in his work, his energy means everything. It is crucial for his success. When he's hyped up, when he's positive, when he's excited about the phone call before he makes it, he usually makes a sale. When he's not, then his success rate is a little bit lower. In the moments that he doesn't do well, if he doesn't make the sale, he doesn't let it affect him. A lot of us will let negative experiences or bumps in the road permeate our shields of positivity and our outlook on life, and that's when we fall off. And that's when things get progressively worse. Jacob doesn't do this. He doesn't let negative things bring him down. He just keeps going and he works harder for the next one. He keeps his vibes so high and he just continues. So what Jacob was also telling me is that he's found it extremely effective to visualize how he will feel if he gets the deal right before making a phone call. He says that when he does that, he usually ends up making the sale. So I suggested to Jacob to watch my phone call method. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it up here, click up here, or the link will be in the description like it is in every single video. The phone call method is great for people who are on the phone a lot. It gives you a chance to practice the law of attraction every day, on a moment-to-moment basis. And it will also help with your success rate if you're somebody that does sales over the phone or that you any work over the phone. So I'll keep you guys updated on how Jacob does while utilizing the phone call method. We'll see if he likes it or not. Now for my story that I actually haven't told you guys. This is a past manifestation, but it was something that was very big in my life and that led me to where I am today. So after high school, I decided that what I wanted to do is be an anchor woman on E-News, an entertainment news host. I talked about it to everybody who would listen. I would talk about it all the time. I considered myself on my way to becoming an E-News host. Mind you, I had no experience in TV or anything like that, in journalism, nothing. I had no connections. I was at community college at the time, so I had no way of getting a connection or networking to get this internship, and I knew nobody that worked there. But I believed in it so much. I visualized myself waking up super early, getting my hair and makeup done to shoot all day. I visualized my schedule every day, how I would drive to work, the clothes I would wear, the money I would make, the friends I would make over there. I really pictured myself, I pictured my day-to-day life at the studio all the time, and I spoke about it as if I was already on the way. And this was before I had any experience. The only job I ever had was in retail or at a bank. I was a bank teller for a while. So I did all this visualization. I knew all about the law of attraction back then. Obviously, I learned about it when I was 14. So I was really using it. I was reading all the books and I was writing all the time. I'm an E-News host by this. I work at E-News. I do this. This is how much money I make, everything. I would write it down and I felt like it was going to happen. In every inch of my body, I believed it. So the NBC Universal Studios, NBC Universal owns E-News. It can be seen off at the 101 freeway here in Los Angeles. So every time I would drive on this section of the freeway and pass their building, and any of my friends can tell you that this is true, anybody who's been in a car with me can tell you that this is true, I would always point at the building and I would say, I'm gonna work there one day. I'm gonna work on the studios there one day. At this point, I didn't know that E-News was actually not filmed at that studio. It was filmed in Wilshire at this time, but I just kept saying, I'm gonna work there one day. I'm gonna work in this building one day for E-News. So, as it does, the universe opened the door for me. It led me from one person to the next, from one job to the next, until I ended up at E-News. It started from one of my best friends, Natalie, telling me about this job, this internship that was open at Power 106, LA's hip hop radio station, where I would end up working with Jay Cruz and Mitchell de Guzman. See, I had no prior experience. I knew nothing, but I went into that interview and I'm pretty sure they told me that I can start working for them the next day or something like that. And I worked for them for over a year for free as an on-air intern. And over there, I learned a lot about the industry and I made a lot of friends, some really cool celebrities and people, DJs and producers, and I just made a lot of contacts there. And I met people there that would eventually lead me to my job at TMZ. From my job at TMZ, I would meet the person. I believe that's how I met Bruna. Maybe I met Bruna over Twitter. One thing led to another, one thing led to the next, and I met Bruna, who would eventually recommend and refer me for an internship at E-News. I would not have gotten that internship though if Natalie hadn't found this random job for me and thrown it over to me if I hadn't gotten that job, and worked really hard to get the next one and the next one, and got this ball rolling and had all these doors open for me because my belief was so pure and was so strong. E-News doesn't just hire interns without experience. I had to have experience, and this was not something that I knew. I was just led in the right direction. And because of this, I'm an avid believer in don't worry about how, why, or when. Focus on the end result and the universe will lead you. It will open the right doors for you. It will introduce you to the right people. It will give you the resources that you need. So I did. I got 2 internships at E-News. It was incredible. They loved having me there. I made a lot of friends over there. I published a ton of articles. I learned everything about the entertainment industry. Funnily enough, when my internship ended, it was when I was graduating, the E-News offices were moved to the building that I had kept saying that I'm going to work at. They moved it from Wilshire back to Universal City, to the exact building that I kept saying, I'm gonna work there, I'm gonna work there. At this point, a lot of you guys already know this story. After college, I didn't get a job until October because I kept telling people I'm gonna work in October, I'm gonna work in October. That's when I started working for Daily Mail. Amazing job, loved it. And about 4 or 5 months in, there was an opening at E-News for a job. And I got the interview and I went in for the interview. I think they were considering me for a second interview, but one thing led to the next, and that was when I decided to get very serious about YouTube. I still had my Daily Mail job. Things were going great with E-News, but something had to happen and to lead me in order to be at this point. The universe steered me into this direction, and I'm thankful every single day that it did, because if the events that had happened in that time didn't happen, YouTube would have still been in the backseat, on the back burner. And this is my passion. This is what I want to do. So I'm ecstatic that the universe led me away, and I woke up one day and realized that entertainment news is not what makes me tick. And now I'm here loving my life, loving every single day. I never want to work for anybody else ever again. Never want a 9-to-5 job. I love working for myself. I love creating content. I do want to tell you guys something very interesting, however. There is one girl right now that works at E-News, one woman right now that works at E-News. She went to high school with me, and we were actually together on varsity golf. I didn't actually play, I was just on the team. We were on the team together. She was older than me, we were friends back then, and she is now an E-News host. What's also really interesting to me is that she recently suffered about a Bell's palsy, and that's a facial nerve paralysis disorder that I have had since I was 13, that I struggled with. So it's just very interesting how the world works. I think it's like as if that position was meant for somebody similar to me. Does that make sense? Shout out to Erin Lim. And something else that's really interesting is that probably 2 years ago, I was watching a law of attraction video here on YouTube. And it was teaching me about writing a check to myself and deciding how I'm going to get paid. So I wrote out a check, I wrote out an amount of money, and in the memo section, I wrote to be myself, because I wanted to get paid to be myself. 2 years later, I'm here being myself for you guys, creating these videos, teaching you about the kind of lifestyle that I live, and there are people who actually want to hear about it, and people that I'm actually helping. So I'm being paid now to be myself, just like I wrote down 2 years ago. So everything led me to this moment, and I hope that there was something that you guys could learn from this. And again, I want to say, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be getting paid to be myself. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be getting to make these videos, because if there was nobody listening and engaging and liking and commenting and subscribing, then I would not be able to do this. So this is all thanks to you guys. I love you so much. I appreciate and love you more every single day. This is the best community ever as far as I'm concerned. Please don't ever stop, you guys. The more you engage, the stronger our community becomes, the stronger and bigger we become. And on that note, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like Manifestation Monday so that I can keep making them. And above all, don't forget to tell me something good. Give me a successful manifestation stories. Hit the comments below. Inspire everybody else. Let's get on a really high vibe for the rest of the week. Kill it this week, you guys. Don't doubt yourself. You can do it. You've got this. You gotta want it. Just do it. Did that make sense? I'm just like really hyped right now. I love you guys so much. Until my next video, as always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye. Oh, by the way, do you like my princess hair? It's a little naughty. Side note, guys, people are always asking me where my clothes are from in my videos or what books I recommend. All that information is always in the description. Also, my biggest law of attraction videos are all listed there. So check out the description for my spiritual holiday gift guide, for the books I recommend, for the blog, for what shirt I'm wearing, for all the information that you guys are looking for, what music is playing, that's always going to be in the description below.